Hello and welcome back to Universe Sandbox 2. Today we're going to be going a bit crazy with the graphical settings in this game and trying to make the best looking explosion possible. Because the dynamics of explosions in this game have changed quite a few times and they look very different from when we first started doing the game. I could probably go back a few versions to show you guys at some point. But for now, we're going to look at how to do it best in the current version of the game in Alpha 20. So using a smaller object is preferable, so that we get a realistic looking impact. But by default, the explosion it's nice, but it's a little bit underwhelming. It's fancy, but we used to be able to put it on like extreme mode, and it looked absolutely crazy. So we're going to see, going through the settings, if we can get a very satisfying explosion out of this. So let's go into our settings here. And here's a few things we're going to change. We're going to double this. This is going to make things a lot more laggy, but it's okay. Because we're doing this on purpose. So we're going to double both of these. That'll allow it to have more bodies that are actually affected by gravity. We're going to go to our graphics and make sure this is where we want it. That's right. Effects, we want to be in high. Render mode, yes, I know how to make it look very high quality. There we go, that is the highest quality. Okay, so that's all very high. Let's just make sure there's no extreme option for any of it. And what else do we have in performance? So this is where it gets a little bit complicated. First off, the target FPS should actually be 144 to match my monitor. And let's look at our percentages and stuff. We're not really going to mess with these because they won't help us much in our journey. But changing both of these, and I would switch this, but it seems to freak out whenever I do. Oh, simulation quality. Extreme. Oh, so that turned this even higher. But there we go. So let's see if turning this all up actually had any effect on the explosion and how nice it looks. So let's grab Mercury, slow things down, plop it down, and for dramatic effect we'll hit tab, and that'll take all of that off. So we should, apologies for dog barking in the background, be able to see a... Okay, let's see if there's more particles this time, and if it's a little bit more convincing. So yes, I do see more large particles coming out of that, and many, many more impacts after that explosion. So it does look better. Still doesn't look as good as it before. I have some very nice looking thumbnails from back when, but I think right now it's more focusing on the base of the game than how the explosions look. So another way we can get a very convincing explosion is by messing with the actual way we're getting the collision to go through. Let's go with Earth and Mercury again, because we're just going to keep testing. We'll keep these kind of constant, so that nobody is like, oh, that's a bad experiment, you don't have any constants. Nope, I am doing this correctly. Now, if we turn Mercury's rotational period to very, very, very small number, it'll make Mercury spin. And this is going to do a lot more damage than you'd ever expect it to. The fact that Mercury is spinning so quickly is going to make Earth just absolutely get torn apart when it collides. So we can even sync it so that it looks right. But now Earth is going to spin around and get hit all over the place. Tons of debris everywhere. And look at all the damage. All the pockmarks of all the thousands of pieces of debris that just hit. And that looks pretty great. So that's one way to ramp it up, but there's a few other things we can do. And let's look into it. Oh, this actually is a really nice shot. I like how that looks. It's like there's still water. It hasn't completely been destroyed, but it is very, very much hurt. Earth, good job. Good job, Earth. And let's just click new, redo our simulation. And now we're gonna put a little bit more onto this. We're going to put Mercury a little bit further away, because I don't want to mess this up. But if we let it move towards Earth a little bit, now we can go here, go to its speed, and set it to something ridiculous. This will give it a lot more impact for us. We'll set it to 1 light speed. Also, the rotational period we'll make even faster. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is now getting into the realm of absolutely ridiculous. But we'll see its effect on Earth. Here we go. Here it is. The collision we've all been waiting for. I don't know what this is going to do to Earth, honestly. This is going to be brutal. Poor Earth. Earth doesn't deserve this. Ooh. Looks like just giant chunks of Earth were thrown out there instead of little ones. They're both kind of slowing down. Those are just going off in their own direction. There's no real small debris right now. There it is. And the speed at which it's moving is kind of canceling out the spin. It hasn't even finished going into Earth, and half of the Earth is already destroyed. More like 3/4 now. The amount of energy being released, yeah, that Earth, this was in a period of hours instead of days last time. That Earth has been absolutely demolished. So good job, Earth. Did it get hot enough to vaporize itself? No, it didn't. Well, good job, Earth. You are now a frozen wasteland moving at very, very... Oh, I just put the time scale up way too high. Whoops. Is there any way we can see the Earth spin? There we go. So going into the milliseconds. Oh, geez. That mark it has. Where is it? Back here. The main crater has a very interesting looking one. It has all of the little craters in the crater from it spawning in all the small projectiles. That's actually pretty interesting, except now we're so far out that floating point issues are occurring. The game is basically glitching out because of how it does math for positioning. We're very, very far away, and that is making the game angry. How far out are we? If it's too big to make a floor, yeah. Oh no, that's tidal heating. Where? Yes, so if we turn the position back to something normal, watch as it stops freaking out, because now the floating point issues are gone. Several games have this. Actually, most games have this. If it uses an integer for position, then it's kind of dumb anyways. That would be very, very interesting. But look at that. Beautiful, beautiful Earth. And what else can we do to make the explosion a little bit more awesome? Well, we can match Earth against something its own size, which gives it the maximum amount of punch in comparison to the other body. We can make both of them be moving extremely quickly. So let's put these both at 1 light speed, because why not? So now they're going to be moving at each other at light speed. On top of this, we should make their rotational period both ridiculous, but they should be rotating. First off, it needs to be even faster than that, and then they need to be rotating in opposite directions. So we're actually going to flip this Earth upside down so that it's rotating in the opposite direction. Oh, this is so overkill. Now, if we go to this Earth, all we have to do is give it an also ridiculous rotational period. And that should do it. So now we're going to slow down time. Oh, geez, even in the milliseconds, it's getting a little bit fast. Okay, here we go. Both Earths spinning in opposite directions at ridiculous speeds. Also, tons of other things going on that I don't really remember. They're just going to grind each other to smithereens, and it's going to be beautiful. And they're going to collide in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, the amount of debris thrown out from that. Oh, geez, an entire, like, ring of giant asteroids was thrown out. Now you can see the amount of damage they're doing locally. It's actually not the normal orange tint. It's actually turned blood red. That's pretty intense. The amount of energy being released from this collision, you can see how it just lit up in that one area. It's blindingly bright. And the blood red, it's so bright. I've never seen it this red. Lots of contrast there. Both Earths are now completely destroyed within a few minutes. This Earth is beginning, I think both Earths are beginning to see, no, this one isn't. Oh, maybe a little bit of liquid magma coming through the surface on the other side from the heat. And to speed it up, ooh, look how bright it is. That's like, I'm pretty sure that you can't actually get the light off of a planet to show on another one. But if we were to pause this real quick and put down like Mercury, would we be able to see the red reflection on it? Sadly, no, that doesn't work. Universe Sandbox 2 team. That's something that needs to be done because that would be wonderful. The sheer brightness of this, oh. It's gone off into the distance. Okay, so here is the brightness of the collision and Earth. Let's grab a star and see the difference here. So let's grab a very small star. Very, very small star. Nope. There's a small star. Maybe a little bit too small. So that's pretty bright. When you zoom in, it basically makes the stars behind it invisible. But now Earth, let's see how bright it is. When we zoom in, it pretty much makes the stars behind it over here invisible too. So their Earth is letting off a ridiculous amount of light. And if we zoom out, we can see it. It looks like a star in the background. A very, very, very bright star, that is. It's like another North Star. But there we go. Good job, Earth. You have gotten yourself absolutely annihilated. Also, a star is about to run into you. You're being ripped apart by that star now. Good job. Ooh, it's actually gotten white hot. And now it actually does look like a star. We zoom out. The amount of heat is just incredible. How hot are you, Earth? Okay, so we're at like 8,000 degrees Celsius. Now it's going to cool down over time. And at some point, like, life never coming back. It's over for life. Oh, we're doing the floating point errors again. Yeah, look at that great camera rotation. Yeah, we've gone way too far. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and that was pretty ridiculous. So I will see you all next time. Poof.